On a chilly evening, you might settle into your favorite chair, pull a blanket over your lap, and feel warm from the waist up while your toes feel like they are soaking in a bucket of ice. You add another pair of socks, maybe a heating pad, but the cold in your feet never quite fades. If you are over 60, it is easy to shrug and think this is just age and poor circulation. But often those cold feet are really your body whispering that your blood vessels, your nerves, or your nutrition need help. In the next few minutes, I will show you 7 simple foods and drinks that can gently warm your feet from the inside out by supporting healthier circulation, calmer nerves, and steadier blood sugar. Your feet sit at the far edge of your circulatory map. They are the last place to receive freshly pumped blood from your heart and the first place to reveal when that system is under strain. After 60, blood vessels naturally become a little less elastic. The tiny arteries and capillaries in your legs and feet have spent decades pushing blood upward against gravity. If there is any narrowing from cholesterol deposits, any stiffness in the vessel wall, or any loss of the ability to widen on demand, it will show up in your toes long before you notice it anywhere else. Sometimes the explanation is simple. You have been sitting still for hours, the muscles in your calves and thighs are not squeezing the veins, and blood moves more slowly back toward your heart. Fresh, warm blood arrives at your feet less often, so they cool down even while your chest and hands feel fine. Change your position, walk a little, and the warmth returns. But often, especially after 60, there are deeper reasons why the cold never really leaves. If you live with diabetes, years of higher blood sugar can quietly damage the small vessels and nerves that serve your feet. The result is a confusing mix of cool skin, numb patches, and prickling sensations. The feet may truly be colder because less blood is reaching them, or the injured nerves may simply misfire and insist they are icy even when the skin is only slightly cool. If your thyroid is underactive, your internal engine runs slower, your baseline temperature drifts lower, and the parts of you furthest from your core feel it first. Low iron is another hidden culprit. Iron helps your body build hemoglobin, the protein that carries oxygen in your blood. When iron is low and mild anemia appears, your body makes a difficult choice. It protects the brain and the heart first, sending them the richest blood and leaving the extremities with less. Your toes become the quiet victim of that priority list. Nerves themselves also age. The long nerve fibers that travel from your spine down to your toes are like old telephone lines. Over time, the signal can weaken, distort, or arrive late. They may scream cold when the skin is only mildly cool, or they may fail to warn you that you have stepped on something sharp. None of this means you are helpless. It simply means your body needs deeper support than another pair of thick socks or a hotter water bottle at the end of the bed. When you start to see cold feet as messages instead of random annoyance, everything changes. Instead of blaming age, you can listen to what your body is asking for. It wants stronger blood flow, healthier vessels, calmer nerves, richer blood, and a steadier thermostat. Medical care has its place, but your daily food choices matter too. What you put on your plate can strain this system or support it. The right foods help vessels relax and blood carry more warmth toward your toes. In the rest of this video, we will focus on simple kitchen tools you can use to gently turn up the heat at the source from the inside out. One of the most comforting ways to begin helping your circulation is with something warm in your cup, not just on your feet. Fresh ginger is one of the best kitchen allies for older blood vessels. When you slice that pale yellow root and simmer it in hot water, you draw out natural compounds that gently encourage your arteries to relax and widen. Doctors call this a vasodilating effect. You feel it as a subtle flush in your cheeks or a gradual sense of warmth spreading into your hands and feet. Ginger also has a thermogenic quality. That simply means it helps your body generate a little more heat from within and then deliver that heat through improved blood flow. For someone over 60, there is another important benefit. Ginger carries natural anti-inflammatory properties. In many circulation problems, a low level of inflammation in the vessel walls makes it harder for them to flex and respond when your toes request more warm blood. Year after year, that irritation encourages plaque to form and narrows the pathways. Regular ginger, in food or tea, helps calm that irritation, like smoothing the inside of a pipe so water can move more easily. You do not have to turn your diet upside down to use this tool. You can build a simple ritual around it. In the afternoon or evening, slice a few thin coins of ginger and place them in a mug. Pour boiling water over the slices and let them steep for 10 minutes. Sip slowly while you rest, letting the warmth reach you from the inside out. If you enjoy it, add a slice of lemon or a small amount of raw honey if your blood sugar allows. Over time, this is no longer just a pleasant drink. It becomes a daily exercise for your blood vessels. You can also bring ginger into your meals. Grate it into stir-fries, soups, or marinades. Add a little to carrot or pumpkin soup, or combine it with garlic and olive oil over gently cooked vegetables. Each small use sends another quiet message to your circulation. Stay flexible. Stay responsive. Keep sending warm, nutrient-rich blood all the way to the floor. If you take blood-thinning medicine or have a sensitive stomach, mention your ginger habit to your doctor so they can confirm a safe amount for you. Most people do well with 1 or 2 cups of mild ginger tea a day and small amounts in cooking. The aim is not to shock your system, but to build a gentle, steady pattern your body can trust. Each slice of ginger becomes a small vote for warmer toes, clearer vessels, and a more relaxed evening in your favorite chair. Ginger is not the only spice that belongs in your warm feet toolbox. Cinnamon, a familiar scent from baking and holidays, quietly supports circulation in a different way. Instead of directly widening blood vessels, its greatest gift is how it helps your body handle sugar. After 60, many people notice that their blood sugar numbers creep upward, even if they have not changed their diet dramatically. Muscles become less responsive to insulin, so sugar lingers in the bloodstream longer than it should. Over years, that extra sugar injures the small vessels and nerves in your feet, setting the stage for numbness, tingling, and that strange icy feeling even in a warm room. Cinnamon has been shown in multiple studies to help improve insulin sensitivity. In simple terms, it helps your cells open the door when insulin knocks, inviting sugar in so it can be used for energy instead of floating around in your blood, causing trouble. For someone with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, this is a powerful advantage. By helping steady your blood sugar after meals, cinnamon reduces one of the key drivers of nerve damage in the feet. Fewer wild swings in sugar mean less stress on those fragile nerve fibers. There is also evidence that cinnamon may slightly encourage blood flow, adding another small push in the right direction. You do not need large amounts. In fact, for older adults, small regular doses are safer and more effective than occasional big spoonfuls. A light sprinkle on your morning oatmeal, yogurt, or cottage cheese, a pinch stirred into coffee, or a dash added to baked apples or pears can be enough to make a difference over time. You can build a simple routine around it. Imagine starting your day with a bowl of warm oats topped with chopped walnuts, a few slices of prune, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Beside it sits a mug of tea, perhaps with a slice of ginger. That breakfast is not just comforting, it is a targeted, senior-friendly circulation plan. The oats support steady energy, The walnuts feed your vessels, the prunes help protect your bones and digestion, and the cinnamon and ginger together support blood sugar and blood flow. As you use more cinnamon, one safety note matters. There are two main types, cassia and the gentler Ceylon variety. Cassia is more common and contains higher levels of a compound that can strain the liver in very large doses. Ceylon cinnamon, often labeled as true cinnamon, has much lower levels and is a better choice if you plan to use it daily. Whichever type you choose, keep your amounts moderate and talk with your doctor if you are on blood thinners or diabetes medication. Cinnamon will not replace medication, but it can make your overall plan more effective. Think of it as a quiet ally. It supports your body from the breakfast table outward, helping your blood sugar curve stay smoother and your tiny foot nerves feel less battered. Over months, many people notice that the combination of better food, gentle movement, and smart spices leaves their toes feeling less like ice cubes and more like part of a living, responsive body. Together, these changes gently nudge your circulation awake. Warm feet depend on more than spices. They depend on the long, flexible highways that carry blood from your heart all the way to your toes. Two of the best foods for keeping those highways smooth are fatty fish and walnuts. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, and trout are rich in omega-3 fats, especially EPA and DHA. Walnuts bring a different but related gift, an amino acid called arginine. Together, they help your blood vessels stay calmer, wider, and more responsive. Omega-3 fats act like a soothing balm for the lining of your arteries. They help reduce the low-level inflammation that makes vessels stiff and narrow over time. They also make blood less sticky, so it glides along instead of clumping. When the inner surface of a vessel is calm and smooth, it can open easily when your feet call for more warmth. That means better chances that your toes will feel the benefit of every heartbeat, not just your chest. Walnuts support that process from a different angle. When you eat walnuts, your body converts arginine into nitric oxide, a gas that tells the muscle around your arteries to relax. This relaxation is what doctors call vasodilation. You do not feel the gas itself, but you feel its effect as a gentle release of tension in the circulatory system. More space in the vessel means more room for warm blood to reach the farthest corners of your body, including your heels and toes. Building these foods into your week is simpler than it sounds. You might choose 2 or 3 dinners where salmon or another oily fish is the star. Bake it with lemon and herbs, grill it lightly, or simmer it in a tomato and vegetable stew. On other days, you can use canned sardines or mackerel as an easy lunch, mashed with a little mustard and served on whole grain toast or crisp cucumber slices. Walnuts fit easily into snacks and breakfasts. A small handful in the afternoon feels satisfying and supports your vessels more than a sugary cookie ever could. You can sprinkle chopped walnuts over yogurt, add them to oatmeal with cinnamon, or toss them into a salad with dark leafy greens and roasted beets. Each combination multiplies the benefits. The greens build healthy blood, the beets help vessels open, and the walnuts keep that opening responsive. If you worry about portions, remember that small regular amounts matter more than occasional servings. A piece of fish about the size of your palm is enough for a meal. A walnut serving is what fits in a loosely cupped hand. Week after week, those modest portions support your vessels and give your feet a chance to feel warm. Warmth in your feet depends not only on open vessels, but also on the quality of the blood moving through them. That is where dark leafy greens and beets come in. Spinach, kale, collards, and similar vegetables are rich in iron and folate, the nutrients your body uses to build red blood cells. Those cells are the tiny delivery trucks that carry oxygen and heat from your lungs to every tissue, including the skin and muscles in your feet. When iron is low and anemia develops, your body becomes careful and selective. It protects the brain and heart first and sends less rich blood to the hands and feet, leaving them cool and pale. Dark greens also contain vitamin K and magnesium. Vitamin K helps keep blood vessels healthy, while magnesium supports hundreds of reactions, including those that influence vessel tone and nerve function. Together, these minerals help your circulatory system respond more gracefully when you move from a warm bed to a cooler room or step outside on a chilly morning. Instead of clamping down and leaving your toes icy, your vessels can adapt and continue delivering warmth. Cooking makes these greens easier to digest and their minerals easier to absorb. A heaping handful wilted into soup, gently sautéed with garlic and olive oil, or stirred into scrambled eggs turns a simple meal into circulation support. If you do not like the bitterness of some greens, try mixing them with milder vegetables or chopping them finely and adding them to sauces and stews. Over time, aiming for at least one serving of cooked dark greens most days provides a steady stream of blood-building and vessel-friendly nutrients. Beets add another powerful layer. They are naturally rich in dietary nitrates, which your body can convert into nitric oxide, the same vessel-relaxing signal produced from arginine in walnuts. This is one reason athletes use beet juice to improve performance. For older adults, a smaller regular amount can gently improve blood flow without strain. Roasting beets brings out their natural sweetness. You can slice them over salads with walnuts and greens, blend a small piece into a smoothie, or sip a small glass of diluted beetroot juice a few times a week. These plant foods also help with subtler risks. They provide antioxidants that protect vessel walls from wear and tear and fiber that helps control cholesterol and blood sugar, two major enemies of healthy circulation. They assist in lowering homocysteine, a compound that can damage blood vessels when it builds up in the bloodstream. Each time you choose a meal rich in greens and beets over a heavily processed option, you tilt the chemistry inside your body toward healing instead of slow erosion. You do not need perfect salads or gourmet recipes. Even simple dishes, repeated often, matter. A bowl of bean and vegetable soup with chopped greens, a side of garlicky kale next to fish, or a warm beet and walnut salad becomes much more than dinner. It becomes part of a long-term plan to help your feet feel included in your warmth instead of left out at the edge. Over months, those quiet choices can translate into toes that feel alive instead of distant and numb. When many people think about feeling warm, they picture spicy food. Chili peppers, cayenne, and other hot spices contain capsaicin, the compound that gives them their kick. In small amounts, capsaicin wakes up nerve endings in your mouth and digestive tract. In response, your body releases substances that increase blood flow and create a mild body warmth. You might feel it as a flush in your cheeks or a cozy sensation in your arms and legs. For older adults, that controlled response can be helpful. It reminds your vessels they still know how to respond and encourages more blood to reach the edges. You do not need to turn every meal into a fire test. If your stomach is sensitive, go slowly and use small amounts. A pinch of chili flakes on vegetables, a light sprinkle of cayenne in soup, or a mild chili sauce as a dip can be enough to create warmth without discomfort. Paired with the vessel-relaxing effects of beets and the artery-soothing power of omega-3s, this small kick of spice becomes part of a simple plan to bring warmth back into your feet. Still, food is only one half of the warm feet picture. The other half is movement. Your leg muscles are pumps that help push blood back toward your heart. When you walk, flex your ankles, or perform chair exercises, you squeeze the veins in your calves and thighs and encourage fresh, warm blood to cycle down and back again. Even 10 minutes of slow walking a few times a day can change how your feet feel when you sit down. Every step becomes a message to your body that you still expect it to deliver warmth and nutrients to your feet. There are quiet enemies of warm feet hiding in the kitchen. One is excess salt. A diet heavy in salty canned soups, processed meats, and frozen dinners raises blood pressure and makes arteries stiffer. Stiff vessels do not open and close as easily, and circulation to the toes suffers. By cooking more at home, rinsing canned foods, tasting before you add salt, and leaning on flavor from ginger, cinnamon, herbs, and mild chili, you make it easier for blood to reach your feet. Smoking is another powerful constrictor. Each cigarette is like a clamp on your blood vessels, especially in the hands and feet. Letting go of tobacco is a great gift you can give your circulation and your toes. Even after years of smoking, vessels can become more responsive within weeks of cutting back or quitting. Comfort routines still matter. A foot massage before bed, even if you do it yourself, brings blood to the surface, warms the skin, and sends a calming signal to your nervous system. Elevating your feet slightly when you rest can reduce swelling that slows blood flow. And if you notice sudden color changes, severe pain, or a patch of skin that stays numb, call your doctor. Food and lifestyle changes are partners to medical care, not replacements. Together, they give your body every chance to send warmth where you need it most. If everything you heard today feels familiar, let this be the moment you stop calling cold feet just part of getting older. Your toes are not complaining to annoy you. They are asking for warmer blood, calmer nerves, and kinder habits. Now you know 7 simple foods and drinks that can help. Ginger and cinnamon in your mug, fatty fish and walnuts on your plate, dark greens and beets at dinner, a little spice to wake your circulation, plus movement and less salt to support it all. Here is your challenge. For the next 21 days, choose at least 2 of these allies to add each day and pay attention to how your feet feel at night. If this kind of practical, respectful guidance helps you, subscribe, share this with a friend, and tell us in the comments which warm-up habit you are going to start with today.